living with young children.
Someday
problem.
I hope I have a family problem.
All right, palate's cleansed. Matt, hit us with what you got here.
Okay, so here's the problem and this is actually an idea I worked on a couple of years ago. I really was actually going to develop this product. I was so interested in doing it, whether it's a good idea or bad idea or not.
I mean, you put money into this.
I did. I'm open to criticism on this idea, but this was a real problem that I got to the point where I was fed up with, and I was like, I need to solve this. I'm willing to solve this. And I just haven't followed through. I haven't put the money into it. I did look into getting it manufactured in China, but let's talk about the problem. So here's the issue. I have 3 little boys under the age of 7 in my house, and all of them, as toddlers, would get into my stuff. They'd get into my hygiene stuff, particularly my razors, and it was actually kind of dangerous where I was like, I couldn't get my razors far enough away from my kids
climbing up
for them to not get into them.
I am dreading the day because my son Jack, he's like grabbed at the container a few times. I'm like, it's just a matter of time before he's getting one of these suckers out.
Yeah, and they see me using it. Yeah. I'm putting it on my face. And it's actually kind of terrifying. All of my kids cut their little fingers, and it was just like so heartbreaking for me or my wife if we ever like, it's like so fast with kids. Half a second they get into it, and it's that's one of the big problems I was trying to solve.
And it's not just razors too. Like there are cosmetic products that are like expensive hair gels, all sorts of things that like kids smear, kids get into. They like, oh, I'll dump all of this out. Oh, your $25 makeup that's like a quarter size. Sorry, Mom, that's going out.
Yeah, and something that's kind of gross is me and my wife have the same toothbrush. And we have the same, it's the same toothbrush. And
so you share a toothbrush, or they just look the same?
No, they just look the same.
Okay. Very important distinction there.
But
you don't know.
There doesn't seem to be a problem in my wife's mind if there's a little mix up, where I'm the exact opposite.
And I gotta be real with you. I'm on your wife's team here. Like, we also have the same toothbrush. And I don't care really. Like, I just don't.
It's kind of like
I'm
sharing a towel.
Like, I kiss that mouth. We can share a toothbrush.
Wash it after. It's just like, I don't know.
Right. See, I kind of want it.
Says the guy doesn't want to hold the bidet stick.
That's completely different.
And the other thing is that whenever my kids get into my stuff, it always ends up all over the house or in places, including my toothbrush, that you would never want to put your toothbrush. And so I was like, I need something to keep my stuff safe, where I left it until I return. And so I said to my wife, I was like, I need a safe.
A gun safe.
And I said, well, what's the most practical thing? And so I basically designed this little 12 by 12 by 4 handgun safe that's made out of plastic.
It kind of looks like if you had like a portable DVD burner about that size. Like,
right.
With a 4-digit combo and a key.
Yeah, it opens up like a little caboodle.
Yeah.
And it's just somewhere I could put all of my stuff, all of my hygiene stuff, and have that peace of mind that it would be there when I got back. Yeah. And I also incorporated UV sanitization, so I could actually clean my toothbrush and my razor.
I like that.
While it was just sitting there. We did actually even take it one step further. We actually added a battery, so if you took this on the road with you, you could charge your devices with this as well, because you're gonna need the electronics for the UV anyway. Might as well add that in if you're taking it with you. So that's the idea. I thought it would solve all my problems. Someone build it for me, please.
Yeah,
Andre.
Good idea, bad idea? I think it's a good idea. I think so. Not having kids, I think that the pitch for me is more. I'm really into the UV sanitization situation. So if you designed an elegant looking box that could go on my counter.
That's what I said. The box design would be like critical.
Yep, exactly. If there was a nice, I always say it on the podcast, like Apple looking box that goes on my counter that UVs my toothbrush and like all my other bathroom hygiene components, my razor, all this stuff. Because I am super sensitive about bacteria, which we've talked about a lot in the office lately.
Andre, let's just to give the listeners an idea here. Let's say I opened up a can of Coke right now. And then we left to go to lunch, and then came back. Would you drink that open?
Not for $1 million billion. I don't know. There's something in my head where, to me, if you put a can of soda out, bacteria forms on it immediately, So you're basically in a race against the clock to drink the drink.
The bacteria sees the
Before-
open cans. They're like, get it!
Exactly.
Go run in!
So anyway, as a result, I'm really into something UV on my counter. And if it looks nice, then all the better. And then I think the second component is the way you market it is it's a UV sanitization tray, box,
travel
whatever, and it locks.
And it locks.
Yeah. For traveling or for nosy kids or whatever.
Yeah, or for mean roommates that think it's okay to share deodorant.
Exactly.
That is probably I mean, that's the thing I imagine. Is it something that you could you extend it at all past toiletries where it's like I'm putting my phone in there, I'm putting my watch in there?
Yeah, well, and there's like
it doubles as like a basically just like a personal safe.
Yeah, there's similar products. I don't know that any of them have mass market appeal, but there is products now that do it for your phone, right? Where it's like you dump it in here, it UVs it.
Yeah.
But yeah, which I would be into as well. If it looked nice, right?
Yeah,
If it looked nice.
I was telling Matt, I
Okay.
think like a nice wood finish with like, yeah, put it on your little table there. You just kind of get in the habit. Like right now, we have just like a basic wood thing you get from Target or whatever. I'm jamming my toothbrush and doing it anyway, or it's already in there. And yeah, all it's gonna take is one day for Jack to realize that he can reach that stuff and just start going to town on it. You know,
It's exciting. It's a present. Just break into that thing.
yeah.
Maybe that's a downside to this.
And I don't even have the most like there are kids who are smearers and there are kids who are like destroyers. They're actively looking for things to just ruin. My brother's kids, when they were young, they were like, you'd come home and just like lipstick everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I wonder too, like, would you make like a male and a female kind of esque version where like the woman,
Ooh, that's a good idea.
like if the woman's was maybe a little more elongated,
Yeah.
it could fit like
more
more makeup.
different types of objects, basically.
Because they have more valuable stuff. Like there's very expensive makeup that you can buy that's like low in quantity. And if that stuff's getting ruined, like I can imagine you putting a whole bunch of stuff in that.
Yeah, if you could kind of identify a couple different target markets with and then make it accordingly, I think that you could get some traction with this product.
I do love the idea of a black one and a white one just nestled up right next to each other. His and hers.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, and like I'm also like pretty into bathroom organization, and what I hate is just like counter clutter,
Yes.
which we have an enormous amount of now. So anything that helps me organize,
Just throw it in the. Oh yeah, what's the name of this, by the way?
I called it Razor Safe or the Man Box, but it could actually be anything.
I think razor safe. Again, my whole play is all around sterilization, UV.
Maybe more towards the.
That's where I
cleaning.
go. But the other angle, you're right, is razor safe. Like keep your stuff away from your kids.
As far as the counter clutter, that was actually part of the inspiration for this as well. Is my wife goes all over and I just have my little space, and I just want it to be protected.
Yeah.
Don't get your makeup on my toothbrush,
How
please.
about this ToileTrust, like a toiletry, like ToileTrust?
ToileTrust?
That's the as seen on TV name for it. Not quite the Apple vision that I'm promoting.
Trust has locks in it. It's toiletries. It's got it all. Anyway, I think this is a great idea.
It is a great idea.
And the mock-up here that you made, I think looks pretty slick.
What would you pay for this?
It seems like it's gonna have to be at that $50 mark.
I mean, for UV, if you sold me a
Like I don't see it selling less than 50. Is what I'm
No.
saying.
Would you pay more than 100?
I would pay more if you sold me an aluminum box with UV,
Yeah, I can
then
see.
I will pay over $100.
Yeah, if it's like your basic model for $65.99 and you have your wood one for $99 and you have your like metal aluminum for like
That's really like a
$125.
like a gun safe.
It's a little more like it's like direct from Apple's warehouse.
Then I'll pay a substantial amount.
Okay.
Okay, that's 3 thumbs up, Matt.
Wow.
You've done it.
Pretty good.
We're impressed. I'm impressed. Listeners, would you get the ToileTrust, which is what everyone has agreed to call it?
The new Scott has inserted.
Call
this
it
name.
something different.
I will not be calling it the ToileTrust, but I would get it.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, let's wrap it up. Before we get into